let's transition into another kind of, I guess, segment. Jonathan Jones asked on YouTube, he said, at pick 22, being realistic, who are your top 5 prospects at that spot? And then he also asked another part of the question. We may get to that a little bit later. But Joshua, we know our offensive coordinator. We know kind of the situation. We know the cut players that have happened, trade candidates, all of that. Do you have 5 guys? And it's okay if you don't have 5 guys right now. We'll have 5 guys by the end. When we get to draft night, we'll know here's our top 5. When we're live during the draft, we are going to be saying, here's our number 1 players on the board, which is funny enough. Back-to-back years, my number 1 player for the Ravens to draft was drafted by the Ravens, funny enough, with Rashad Bateman and then Kyle Hamilton. So maybe I should just say someone like, yeah, we should get Will Anderson, and somehow he'll slide all the way to the Ravens. But Joshua, who are some players that like you're looking at as, okay, realistically they could be there and I want
them? Jordan Addison, Jalen Hyatt, Cam Smith, possibly Kelly Ringo, because Sanchez is going. I feel like he's going off the board immediately. If he has a great combine day, I feel like he's the first corner off the board. And now for my last sleeper pick, Ravens family, do not get mad at me. I'm just saying what the Ravens might do. BJ Ojulari.
Ooh. Interesting. I was not expecting you to go with BJ Ojulari. Interesting. An edge rusher. Yeah, I like a lot of those guys. I wouldn't say BJ's in my top 5, but
he's not my.
Yeah,
That last one is a Ravens surprise pick.
I like the curveball to throw in there. Here's the thing. I know my top 2 very clearly. Joey Porter Jr., 1, Cam Smith, 2.
Respect.
After that, I got like 6, 7 guys that I'm like, okay, I want them. But like, how badly do I want them? Right. After those 2, I'm going to say Jordan Addison at 3.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going back. Number 3. Number 3, Jordan Addison. I just watched film on a guy today, like more film on a guy today. And I'm like kind of coming around on him. I'll probably put him at number 5. At 4, I'll probably go with Clark Phillips. Actually, yeah, I'll probably go with Clark Phillips. At 5, Quentin Johnston. Even though, like, here's the thing. I don't think he's ready yet.
Talk to me. Right.
But also, like, I see, like, it's such a risky pick. Like Quentin Johnston is not a surefire thing. He's a major risk. But like my envisionment or my vision for, I don't know why I said envisionment. That's definitely a made up word. Is every Ravens fan complains, we drafted Hollywood. Why didn't we draft A.J. Brown? And what does A.J. Brown do? Quentin Johnston is not A.J. Brown. He doesn't play like A.J. Brown whatsoever. But we could use him similar to how the Titans and the Eagles use A.J. Brown. Yeah. Because A.J. Brown is a rack monster. That's what he's good at, is rack. Crossers. That's what A.J. Brown did with Derrick Henry. And it was like the most deadly play in the NFL was play action, Derrick Henry up the middle, A.J. Brown crosser.
Yeah.
The Ravens have Lamar Jackson. They have a good run game. Quentin Johnston on crossers would be unbelievable for the NFL. He has problems. Needs to work, a bit on his route running. He needs to work. I feel like he doesn't catch the ball with his hands. I feel like he catches it with his body, waits for the ball to come to him.
He does.
But his ability after the catch is so unique to where it's like, okay, pairing him with Lamar Jackson, like, could be really interesting. but he is a complete risk wild card type of prospect. I would draft it, even if we draft it, even though I say like I kind of want him, I would still be like, okay, we went with that. I almost feel the way I felt about Lamar Jackson coming out in the draft, where it's like I wanted Lamar. And I remember when we drafted Lamar and I was like, okay, let's see if we can make this work. Because it was like Lamar was it was so clear where it was like, okay, this guy could be so good.
Yeah.
But also Lamar coming out, it was also like, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
He needs to develop.
Yeah,
He
it
needs to
worked.
sit
Yeah,
for a
yeah, it
little
worked.
bit.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson, I kind of see as that kind of player. Now I don't think he'll be MVP in, year and a half, but really interesting. I also like, players that I also like. Zay Jones, at 22, if he's available. I like Ringo, for sure at 22, if he's available. That's probably it as in terms of like players that I'm really going after. But that are reasonable. There's other players that I think will go a little bit earlier, so I'm not going to name them. But those are probably my top 5, maybe 6. I'll throw in a curveball of like I would really be interested in it, if the Ravens wanted to do it, and just go out there and send it. Michael Mayer, tight end.
Yo, if you go for Michael Mayer, somebody's got to get traded. I'm sorry.
Like, yeah, I think it
Mark
would be
Andrews got to go.
a trade Mark Andrews and draft Michael Mayer situation, because that would save a lot of cap space. That's like a super curveball. Is this stupid type of thing? We could talk about that closer to draft time. But I was just like, that would be kind of interesting because it's like the Ravens would use him and they would know how to use him. And they could use Likely out wide.
Yeah. Now, okay, let's throw another curveball out there.